In this video, we revisit Gors Fawr, an ancient stone circle considered to be the best preserved in Wales. Then we'll head up the nearby slopes, meet up with the ancient Golden Road, and follow it to Beddarthur, a horseshoe-shaped stone monument claimed to be the final resting place of the legendary king. Within Mynachlog Ddu, nestled amongst the rolling Preseli hills, is the level common named Gors Fawr, meaning Great Marsh. And this is where we find a humble but significant stone circle that takes its name from the marshy land on which it sits.
Welcome back to the channel.
Coral Jacks. Just over 20 metres in diameter, the 16 stones form a very regular circle. Coughlin describes the stones as not large, ranging in height from 0.3 metres to 1.1. Geophysical surveys suggest it looked much the same today as it did to its late Neolithic or early Bronze Age builders. A remarkable survivor and one of the best of its kind to be seen in Wales. Some claim that Gors Fawr is not just the best, but the only intact ancient circle in Wales. But in a country renowned for its standing stones and megalithic monuments, can this really be true? Well, kind of. Let's take a look at a few examples, starting with Moel T Uchaf, a circle of tightly placed stones that technically forms a ring cairn rather than a stone circle, the uneven ground in the centre marking the existence of a central cyst. Next, Druid's Circle, an embanked stone circle that has one toppled stone, two missing stones, and a central cyst that contained cremation deposits. An impressive sight, but not intact. Just down the hill from this is Circle 275, which could be the smallest stone circle in Britain, but certainly doesn't compare to Gors Fawr. Another impressive site is Bryn Cadair Vanna in Gwynedd, a combination of mound and circle. This stunning monument is classified as a Bronze Age cairn. We've also noticed that online, many modern stone circles are mistakenly thought to be much older than they actually are. In Wales, many towns have Gorsedd Stones, arranged in a circular formation typically consisting of 12 stone pillars. A large flat-topped stone, known as the Logan Stone, lies at the centre of the circle and serves as a platform. These structures were constructed for the National Eisteddfod of Wales and are a hallmark that the National Eisteddfod has visited a community. The first Eisteddfod was held in 1176 by Lord Rhys in Cardigan Castle as a competition in poetry and music. Despite a decline over the following centuries, it was revived in the late 1700s by Iolo Morgannwg and now serves as a festival celebrating the Welsh language, music, poetry and literature. So, due to technicalities in design, damage or age, Gors Fawr can claim the title of the only intact late Neolithic, early Bronze Age stone circle in Wales. Good for you, Gors Fawr. Or not so. With strong connections to Stonehenge, this site is a popular ritual spot during a range of celebrations, which Heritage Watch says has made it vulnerable to damage. A report says that a small fire in 2018 caused damage to the aesthetics of the site, and also possibly underlying archaeology. When this fire took place, it was extremely dry, so could have gotten out of hand. Of course, it's important to be sensitive to the fact that people believe these sites to be sacred, and that these fires were a form of expressing their religion and beliefs. This has led to authorities working with local pagan communities to raise awareness about the consequences of burning directly onto the ground or on monuments. On a personal note, we feel strongly that you should leave no trace when visiting these sites. Rusty tea light trays, candle wax and various burnt remains often litter these sites. 8 of the 16 stones are spotted dolerite, the famous local bluestone. Near the circle are also a pair of upright bluestones, and it's thought they would have formed part of an avenue leading to the circle. The most northerly of these two stones is known locally as the Dreaming Stone and is said to have magical properties. The Preseli Hills are a great place to go if you're looking to explore the remains of our ancient past. Much of this landscape remains unimproved common land, protected by their designations as sites of special scientific interest and special areas of conservation. This includes a significant part of the southern flank of the Preseli Mountains around Carn Menin and detached commons such as Gors Fawr and Foel Drych. We cycle through here often as it's part of the National Cycle Network. It gets dark pretty early at this time of year, so although we've walked from Gors Fawr to Beddarthur before, we got back in the car and parked at the bottom of Carn Shan to get up onto the hills before sunset. As we reached the top of the hill, our path joined up with the Golden Road. The Golden Road is a 7-mile hike across the entire range of the Preseli Hills. This gently undulating route, with views as far as Ireland, deep into South Wales, and north up to the majestic arc of Cardigan Bay towards Snowdonia, links ancient monuments and burial places, cairns and rocky tors. Its star features are 2 of the possible quarries from which stones are believed to have been taken to Stonehenge 4,000 years ago. Archaeologists still dispute the importance of the road, which may date back 5,000 years to Neolithic times. Was it one of the hundreds of ridgeways, high trails, which people and animals used to avoid the dense forests and difficult and dangerous terrain at lower levels? Or was the Golden Road altogether more important? Part of a trade superhighway, along which gold mined in the Wicklow Mountains in Ireland was carried southeast as far as Wessex. In 1123, when pilgrims could no longer travel to Jerusalem because of the Crusades, the Pope suggested 2 other destinations instead: Santiago in Spain and St. David's in Wales. The Golden Road would have been a popular route on this pilgrimage to St. David's. Beddarthur, or Arthur's Grave, is one of many sites claimed to be the final resting place of the legendary king. Thought to be from the Neolithic period, the sub-rectangular or horseshoe enclosure, 18 metres by 7, consists of 13 upright stones and at least 2 fallen ones. It also has a barely visible oval bank and ditch. The stones appear to be leaning inwards, which could suggest that they were originally placed on the flanks of a mound which has since disappeared. There is also one truncated end, similar to the portal on some elongated Neolithic burial mounds. According to Coughlin, survey work by Wainwright and Darville for the Spaces project has compared the oval stone setting at Beddarthur to the first oval setting of bluestone orthostats built at Stonehenge. Oval stone settings are a recognised form of monuments in the Neolithic and Bronze Ages of Britain, but remain rare. Such arrangements of stones are also found at a site known as the Churchyard on Skomer Island, and were adopted at Stonehenge, for which Beddarthur has been speculatively suggested as a prototype. All over Wales, there are places with names linking them to Arthurian legends. We've covered a few on this channel, such as Arthur's Stone and Carrig Coitin Arthur, and in those videos we've gone over a few of the theories of why these sites are linked to King Arthur. Often the legend will be that Arthur threw the giant capstone as a display of strength. Others of stones landing during a game of quoits using giant stones as discs. Of course, these monuments are thousands of years older than these tales, but around the world, through the ages, linked to ancient sites, there have been tales of heroes with superhuman strength, lifting or throwing the large stones into their current positions. There is a biblical figure, Samson, who was supposedly given immense strength to aid him against his enemies and allow him to perform superhuman feats. He is sometimes considered as an Israelite version of the popular Eastern folk hero, also embodied by the Sumerian Gilgamesh and the Greek Heracles. These old stories have parallels with those told in various cultures around the world. So I think we're going to call this sunset a bit of a dull one. But we had a lovely time up here. We went to Carn Bicker, Beddarthur, Carn Shan, and of course Gors Fawr. But the clouds have come in and ruined our sunset, so we're going to run back to the car before
it's pitch black.
Goodbye. You can also just about make out, I don't know if I can zoom, no, can't zoom in or out in this mode, but you can just about make out the Waldo Stone. So it's just down there in the middle, and I'll stick some footage in of when we went there on our bikes.
Wait.
Good boy. Get good at weight.